Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video I'm reviewing the Kia Soul, aka the Kia Soul GT line. Before we get into this video though, a huge shout out and thank you to the Jerry Center Kia here in Salt Lake City, Utah for giving me some time with this Kia Soul. I'm going to include a link to their inventory in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. If you have any questions or need any help, just ask for Patrick. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 2-liter 4-cylinder paired to an IVT. Fuel economy is 28 around town and then 33 on the highway, with power outputs being 147 horsepower and then 132 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we go over the front end, I do want to mention, if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Now, taking a look at the hood, you guys can see here, really distinctive line right there, indentation rather. I think it looks cool. Now, I am a huge fan of these daytime running lights. I think those look absolutely fantastic. LED headlights as well. Notice you got the Kia logo front and center. And then look at this grille design down below. Definitely interesting. And then you guys can see the trim off to the side. And putting it all together, I think that Kia did a really good job with the styling on this new Soul. Come around the side here, tire wheel setup is 235, 45, 18 in the front and over in the rear as well. And then you guys can see here with the wheel design, you got the silver on the top with the black below that. I think that looks really good. And then look at the fender here. You guys can see the silver trim all along the side. And then notice how the mirror caps are body painted, but then the pillars are actually blacked out, and then the rest of the window trim also blacked out. And putting it all together, I think the design looks fantastic, but let me know if you like the Soul in red or blue more. So here's a key fob. We got the Kia logo. You guys can see remote start. We've got our lock function, our unlock function, and yep, pretty straightforward. Now popping into the rear, you can see this is one of the big benefits of the Soul. We have a cargo cover here in the back and decent storage space for how small this vehicle is. And then spare tire underneath as well. And when you're all done, just plop that down. I love how the lights kind of like wrap around here, and then you can see the black trim. So it's kind of like all in a circle right there. Of course, we got our GT line badge, Soul badge. But the coolest thing is this exhaust tip setup. Look at that. That's aggressive. And putting it all together, the Kia Soul looks absolutely fantastic. The reason why I'm calling it the Soul is because it's the GT line. It's like the bad boy version. So it's the Kia Soul that started hitting the gym. Now popping inside, you guys can see here with the stitching, and then look at all of the trim here. That looks really cool. And then here are the seats. You guys can see with the red stitching. Notice like cloth inserts all down the center portion. Legroom here in the back is really solid. You guys can see we got some USB port action here, and then we actually have a little storage pocket on that seat. And then headroom back here is also really good. And would you look at this cup holder armrest. Now here's the front door panel. You guys can see again with the stitching, and then all of our window controls here. Mirror adjustments as well, and again that red trim. You do have blind spot monitoring in the mirrors as well. And then here are the front seats, got the really nice padding. Notice it says Soul right there, and then the cloth trim in the center. And then we've got our power adjustments here on the side, and then you can see the little gas cap release there. And then we got controls for like the stability control, your auto stop start, and then for the camera as well. And then notice with the steering wheel, it's manually adjustable. Taking a look at the steering wheel, you guys can see really nice and padding all around. We got the red stitching down the center with our GT line badge at the bottom. And then notice we got our controls here in the center for your adaptive cruise control, your lane keep assist, well, steering assist to be more accurate, voice command controls, phone controls, turn signal light stock, and we got our windshield wiper stock as well. So we've got this full digital gauge cluster here in the center, which I think looks really cool. And then you guys can see, you can scroll through some different menus here with the gauge cluster, different bits of info on the car itself. And then we have some drive modes too. We got normal and we got sport that we can go between. Now in reverse, we do have a backup camera here with trajectory lines that turn with the steering wheel. Resolution with the camera is actually pretty solid as well. Now as for the rest of the infotainment system, response time with the screen itself is actually really solid, as you can see. And we got sound, mood, lamp. Okay, well, that's that's pretty cool that you can do that. Oh, we got this is so befitting of the Soul. But anyways, good infotainment system. Now down below we've got our dual zone climate controls, as you can see, and then down below that we've got like a little charging area here, and at the top, if the camera will focus, we've got a wireless phone charging pad. Here's our shifter for that IVT. Notice engine stop start button is pretty nice next to it. Heated seats on either side. Drive mode select as well. Got our parking brake here with our auto hold, and then some cup holder action. Then look at the center console here. pretty solid. And then opening up the glove box, also pretty solid as well. And then finishing things up top, you guys can see here with the manual mirror dimmer, we got a little sunglass holder, and then we do have a sunroof here at the very top. So here's our window sticker for this Kia Soul GT line. You guys can see all of the standard equipment, notice the warranty information right there. Base MSRP $23,490. And then after all options, $27,390. Let's see how it drives. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility of the hood, both of the mirrors, and through the through. And also, I didn't notice this while I was doing the review. It's got like this cool like stitching thing over, so it makes it look fancier. It's another reason why you should get the Kia Soul instead of a regular Kia Soul, because regular Kia Souls, I mean, it's still a cool boxy little vehicle, but you know, the Kia Soul, that is where it is at. And this shows a benefit of the Kia, is that it's small, so you can fit between cars if you need to. But first off, seat comfort's actually really good with this. And you know, one thing that's interesting about this Kia Soul is that they got rid of the fun powertrain. They got rid of the turbocharged powertrain that it used to have. When I first started the channel, I was lucky enough to review one of those. So if you want to go look at one of my older videos that was amazing with production quality and all of that, then go do that, and then you can see my review on, well, the turbocharged version of this. Now, when I checked before I left, there was a train back there, so we're going to do the other driving route. This is a little bit shorter, but I've already done a driving review of the 23 Soul. I just figured I would do an update with this GT line version because I think this is a pretty cool vehicle. Now, going over this bumpy road, suspension comfort's actually pretty good. This basically is similar in size to like a car, similar in size, or sorry, similar fuel economy to a car as well, but it does give you some like SUV driving dynamics. It still like handles really well and tight and everything like a car, but it also, I feel like it has better, geez, everything's falling down. I feel like it has better damping like a crossover. So there's kind of like a little bit of a difference there, that is for sure. Got a lot of Fords here. Nothing to see here, Fords, just driving through with our Kia Soul. Hate to flex on you. Get it? Because okay, anyways, I don't know, I just had to take this joke all the way through the entire video, because who would I be if I didn't do that? Yeah, you know, it gets up and moves. Again, that turbo version was crazy. It's pretty good, honestly. It's decent for what it is. Again, I ultimately see this as like an alternative to like a Toyota Corolla or a Honda Civic. And speaking of that, let's sum things up. So I'm a huge fan of the Kia Soul. When I first started reviewing cars, I didn't really understand this vehicle, but now I do. This basically gives you economy car fuel economy, but it gives you more like SUV practicality, and it just looks so cool. This is so much more fun and exciting compared to, again, like a Camry or a Civic. And don't get me wrong, I like those cars, but like having the fun boxy design, I don't know, I love it. And it adds the practicality, because like if you're a tall person, you can fit in this because it's a box, right? So overall, I'm a big fan of the Kia Soul. I think the GT line is really cool because it gives you a nicer interior, it looks cool on the outside, and it gives you the center mounted exhaust. Like that itself is worth it. But let me know what you guys think about the new Kia Soul, and let me know if you think if Kia should bring back the turbocharged engine, or you know what they should do.